So Oxygen has finished on BBC One, and this was episode 5 of series 10. This is Peter Capaldi's third season, Bill's 5th episode. This was a big jump up in series 10. I've been very satisfied with series 10 so far. I wasn't satisfied with last week. I thought there was a lot of problems with the episode itself. This was perfect. This totally felt like a classic series Cyberman episode. A lot of the classic series, a good way to save money and make good quality episodes was to do space stations and just do a few corridors, a few rooms, and you can reuse them rooms and corridors because they're very generic on a space station. And that is totally what I felt. I definitely felt like Revenge of the Cybermen and An Ark in Space, both Tom Baker episodes, the Fourth Doctor. I definitely felt this was classic series space station stuff. So I feel like the BBC actually lived up to the hype of this episode, saying it was the scariest episode they've made for the modern Who and definitely for series 10. And I think that was right. I was so creeped out by this episode. Again though, with the problems with the Doctor and Bill, there was only 2 problems I had with this episode. Surprisingly, Nardole was fine. I just feel like he should have eased back a bit. He should have realised, right, I'm not going anywhere. I'm stuck here until the situation's solved. I might as well stop saying, oh, let's go and stuff, because the Doctor's not going, so I might as well stay. So that was the only problem I really had with Nardole. The problem I had with Bill is the fact that they tried to show that she's going to die in this episode and this was it. But the thing is, with trailers, we know she's not going to die. That is the only nitpick I have with TV shows, not just Doctor Who. A lot of shows I like, when they pretend to kill off a character and the audience know very well they're going to be in the next episode, they're going to be in the next year or whatever like that. I just don't like that stuff. But I think they did it well with Bill, and I really like that she was calling out to her mum. I definitely felt like after episode 5, I feel like we're pretty much connected with Bill, like she's been here for years. So I really like the development for Bill in this episode. The Doctor going blind was definitely an interesting turn at the very end of the episode, and we'll talk about that at the end of the review. But what I liked about this, I absolutely just love the idea of oxygen and how scarce it can actually be in a situation like that. A lot of films have tried to do it before and it makes you all delusional and stuff. I love Doctor Who's take on it. It was definitely complicated, and when it's complicated I like it more because I pretty much understand the complicated shit. Sorry for the swears, but I like the complicated stuff, knowing full well that a lot of the fans have absolutely no idea what is going on and how this is working. And I like that it was a business standpoint. A lot of horror films start to have business things behind them these days. So I definitely like that they're taking a nitpick out of, they're taking a page out of 21st century horror films. But yeah, what I love the most about this episode is the fact that we could hear them stomping and coming towards them, and this was totally Revenge of the Cybermen from the 70s. We could hear Cybermen marching and we couldn't see them in that episode, in them episodes with Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor. I love that we could hear them, but we couldn't see them, and they could pop out at any moment. I love that we've had characters actually die and see them turn. It definitely felt like zombies, mummies sort of thing. It was creepy as crap. I love the lighting in this episode as well. The paint palette for this episode was just greys, blacks, browns, and then we had the red at the heart of everything. And I feel like that was a symbol that they're all so close to dying that like their heart is I don't know how to explain it. The heart is a symbol. It's like it's your life. That is what keeps you going. I guess it's your brain as well. And I love that on this space station and the spacesuits, everything's grey and black except the centre of the suit, which is red. And I feel like that's the life that's still left in them, although it probably wasn't. I just feel like that's a good representation of heart and love and all that, which the Doctor and Bill really express in this episode. I didn't realise until this, and I guess the audience didn't until this episode, that was the whole purpose of it. They really care for each other. He cares for Bill so much that he risks his eyesight and going out there into the vacuum of space without a helmet on, and I think that just shows how much he cares for her in a small amount of time. After episode 4, I guess after episode 3 and after episode 4, we don't know how much time has passed. So I'm gathering that in between episode 3 and 4, and in between episode 4 and 5, them 2 spaces are where the Doctor Who books are coming out in like a few weeks with the Doctor and Bill. I feel like that's where the books will be placed, and it will definitely build on their characters. So they've been travelling for a while by the looks of it after episode 5, well, on episode 5, and it shows they really care for each other, and I like how quickly that has happened, that he risked it all for her, and then she risked it all for him, and trusted in him, that even though she was going to be left alone, she trusted him so much that she was fine, although I guess she did have that sense of this could be it. And I like that again, once again, that she was calling out for her mum. And I love the university aspect. Like, they haven't just built a set for episode 1 and then that's it, it's done at the end of episode 1, the pilot. They actually come back to it, and I love his lectures on was it ticking clocks or the clock function, clock rotation? He was meant to do a lecture on clock rotation, but he actually did a lecture on the vacuum of space and how it kills you. And funny enough, I watched something like that the other day about how it all works and walking out into space and you're just dead instantly. It's very interesting. Check it out. How does space kill you? Pretty much, like the doctor said. Amazing episode. This is where it goes up for series 10. Next week is a 3-parter. It starts with part 1 next week, which is Extremis, and then it goes on. Missy's returning. We find out what is behind the door. It better not be Missy. Oh, as well, this broke in the episode, but don't worry, he'll probably have another one. The TARDIS builds sonic screwdrivers. The TARDIS has grown, so it pretty much grows another sonic for him very quickly. I love that he doesn't want to lie. I love that he's lying to Bill. Doesn't want to lie. He's lying to Bill and saying that his eyes are fine, and she's believing this from the trailer for next week. So I love that dynamic that they're going to test each other now, pretty much, or he's going to test her. Their loyalties are going to be tested pretty much in this 3-parter. This is going to be big. I feel like they're going to have a lot of work to do in this 3-parter. This is the first time in a long time we've had a 3-parter, and 3-parters are always great for the best story, so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, Jamie Matheson wrote this episode. He did such an amazing job. Well done making one of the scariest episodes of Doctor Who. It's not my favourite episode of Doctor Who, but it's my favourite scariest, if that makes sense. They did good. He did better than Stephen Moffat, who's meant to do the scary ones. So well done to him. Well done for the acting. I'm looking forward to seeing Peter Capaldi act for the next 3 episodes, probably, unless it gets solved before with his eyes. I'm looking forward to seeing how he acts pretending to be blind. He'll get it back for episode 9 because, as we see with the Ice Warriors, he has his eyesight back. So I'm looking forward to that. Cybermen getting ever so close, and yeah, it was definitely great. It was just, that's all I have to say about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Trying to make this bit shorter so I can get them uploaded quicker. I don't think there was anything else really wrong with the episode apart from Nardole and just little nitpicks, but apart from that, great. I have no else to say. It was perfect. I was so happy watching this episode. I was just like, wow, this show is scaring the crap out of me. I never thought that'd happen. I was just so on edge, like, quick, get in the door and shut the door. Oh, it was great. And when Bill lost her mask, I could talk about it forever. I really need to do a character video about Bill and just how amazing she is. When she lost that mask, oh my god, seeing through her eyes and all the vision blurring and going to black and white. Perfect. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm definitely going to get more videos out now. I say it every week, but I have more time free, so it will definitely be happening. Probably one tomorrow. I don't see why not. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more from me. And yeah, next week is Extremis, and everything will change. Promise you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.